locking in the Ivan. He's blue wanting Ivan. Like, I'm not sure this was necessary.
Yes.
I don't think Hacker was going to contest this pick in a big way. He's certainly not played it so far this split. And like, it was possible he played a tree, but if he was going to do that, it'd be Maokai.
Yeah, wrong tree, but same forest, right? Hacker actually probably wanting to pick up something very aggressive. You see how he's cycling through a lot of these picks. His Lee Sin, I think, being a little bit more potent. When you are playing up against Ivern, there's a lot of damage in Daisy. This is the patch where Ivern is Mondo broken, and this is going to be the only patch where he is that broken, because he gets immediately gutted the next patch, unfortunately. So I'm trying to get in as much Ivern as I can possibly can, because after this, he's just gone.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there are some believers out there still. I know Molecule is a big Ivan enjoyer.
Yes.
But we'll see how Ivan does post-nerfs. Right now, though, in a great spot in the LPL, as we've got our solo laners locked in as well for 369 and Knight, the Renekton and Ari, setting up for big damage in each of the solo lanes.
So good priority coming out from them. Expect for JDG to have a lot of Rift Herald priority thanks to this Renekton. This is what you pick this champion for, to get you early move into that Rift Herald so you can make a play for it. And now AD carries need to be kind of looked at, because we've gotten rid of Tristana here, which we saw Ruler even in the highlight package trying to pick up. Varus, a champion that he actually hasn't been able to play since his debut in spring here in the LPL.
Oh.
So thinking of other AD carries he can kind of pick up here.
It
looks like they might be trying to force him into Aphelios.
Do you know who it is? Who the pick is here? It's Neela, isn't it?
Give it to me.
Because Neela is actually in a really good spot right now.
Okay.
And if there's an AD carry I trust to bring it out on the big stage and show up on it, it would be Ruler. He's got an Ivan to set him up. If Missing goes for some kind of like a Nautilus or something like this to set up these fights, I can believe in it. I don't think we'll see it, but I'm just saying there's an angle.
Samira is definitely also available. We've seen that this champion kind of start to be picked up. It's mostly Abel, but we also saw LWX in that series. Oh, no.
It do be like that.
Happy gaming. Yeah, I was going to say, we were kind of ignoring the rest of the actual, like, good AD carries. I know you brought up Neela. I've played a little bit of Neela. It's okay on the 2v2 arena mode. That's it. That champion is still pretty cursed.
I feel like Neela is one of these champions that a lot of people haven't put the time in to actually get good. Like, the passive is so insanely cracked that I feel like if you spend enough time to really get good at the champion and you pick it in the right drafts, it can be absolutely insanely broken. But it is extremely situational to be able to go for that one. As Missing, going to go for the Alistar alongside Desire. And FPX final lock-in could be the Rel. We've seen a lot more Rel coming in. I do still like Nautilus. I like Kai'Sa Nautilus. Is just such an insanely consistent combo that I think this is probably the better lock-in.
They're picking. They're trying to see which one they actually want to go for. If they do pick up one of these two, I think Magic Resist is going to be name of the game here for JDG. Picking up every single form of Merc Treads that you possibly can is going to give you extremely good value here. And Hacker, I feel bad because he doesn't have a ton of great targets here. Are you going to be ulting Ruler? Probably not. At least he's going to be using the Featherstorm. Are you going to be trying to going for a Knight? Well, that's going to be able to have him force out his ultimate. And so you're really looking at what FPX can do in the early game to destabilize Kanavi on this Ivern. This champion is incredibly squishy. We've talked about how fun this champion can be. Obviously has to invest a lot of HP to actually clear the camps. So we'll see what FPX can do. You have this set up in mid lane from Care on this Annie, back on one of his most picked champions in the split. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, let's see. Let's find out. I'm excited to see Ruler on the Kai'Sa as well. Even though it wasn't one of the super spicy AD carries we were talking about, it's still Ruler's Kai'Sa. Xayah, sorry. It's still like, it's still the champion that he's got the skin on. You know, it's still the champion that he won the World Championship with. So still hyped to see that one. And Ruler, very unlikely to actually use his own skin here. He said in an interview that he only ever uses his skin in games that are like really, really important, when he needs that extra boost of power, apparently. So we'll see if he feels like he needs a boost of power in game number 2 here against FPX. Didn't feel like he needed any power to me in game 1.
I think it'd be really funny. He's actually
Oh, he's
using the
using
skin.
it.
Now, okay, I
He
think
needs that extra power.
it would be very funny if Ruler said that to kind of like be a little like troll a little bit and then just like uses it in very random games. I remember the last time he used it, I was like looking at this match, I was like, do you really need the extra power versus like a 10th place team here? Like, do we need it? Do we need like the extra 15% coming out of the skin? I don't think so, but if Ruler thinks he does, then who am I to say up against the best AD carry in the world?
Equally, maybe sometimes he just wants that extra bit of swagger, you know? Like,
True.
if I had a world skin, I'd lock it in every single game. You absolutely know it. We'll see how this is going to go, though. We did get some jungle shenanigans, like we asked. Kanavi on the Ivan. So let's talk early game jungling here. Hacker on the Vi. You know, very, very proactive, can be a very aggressive jungler that wants to get in those lanes. How do you play this out as Ivan? Like, how do you approach the game?
Well, first of all, it's by getting early vision, which you can already see Kanavi has done. They know exactly where Hacker is, and so being able to avoid Vi is going to be the most important part. We'll see if Hacker does anything special. A level 2 gank would not be completely out of this world, and I love that Kanavi is showing a little bit of expertise with some of the Ivern clear, showing that, you know, you have to, you know, do some pre-baking of the kind of jungle camps, get back to them later. Hacker, though, especially going for the pressy attack build, wants that upfront damage, upfront DPS, so you can find this burst. I mean, lanes you're really looking for is maybe looking towards bottom lane, especially since you do have this rel. Mid lane is going to be very easy to do before level 6. And you're already on this top side. I think maybe trying to get a flash out of 369 is not the worst idea.
All right, maybe a play up towards that top lane. It would be very early on, usually. Most junglers in the LPL tend to do at least either a full or a partial clear before heading into a lane, trying to get that level 3 as Kanavi, like you say, pre-baking a lot of these camps, and now he can just waltz on through and take. I mean, how satisfying is this? Watching an Ivan just go and one-tap every camp, it feels good to watch.
And it's so cool to watch this because he did the Raptors, so they're already starting to get cooked here in the Ivern oven. And he comes back, clears his top side so that he can end his clear on the bottom side, which again is going to be matching Hacker. He doesn't actually have to interact with Vi. He just has to make sure that his bottom lane is not getting ganked, not in a bad position. And that's something that we prescribed for JDG in the last game. It's not necessarily about doing the 100% best play or trying to do the objective before the opponent. Sometimes all you have to do is deny it their ability to be able to take it.
Oh, great play from Missing. Forces the flash out from LWX. It's a good headbutt as Kanavi moves into the lane, and they might just look for a little bit more as well. The cooldowns are still fairly long for Missing this early on, though. As Scuttlecrab Prio, Ping 4-4. Kanavi has actually finished his entire clear before Hacker can, so he's in a fantastic position at that level 4 mark as he moves over to try and contest this Scuttlecrab. Smite unavailable for both junglers.
Not able to do much either because Knight did take that small trade in mid lane, but it is Care who has first say. I like what Kanavi was trying to go for, which was move in a bottom side, try to get an HP trade so that their bottom lane can move first as JDG. But instead, it's not able to do that, and it's just going to be covering, and instead Hacker didn't go over the ward, but that's still free information for JDG to know that Vi has a very high likelihood of going for this bottom side play. But Hacker's going to finish this recall. Now they have to be very careful on the side of LWX and Chocho. This wave is coming towards them, and at any minute there could be a very easy Ivern gank. I wonder if he's actually in vision because of this cannon minion.
Doesn't seem to be. No ping. Like typically in LPL, you can tell because there's a massive spam of pings as soon as a player is seen. So he's getting away with it for now. I feel like Kanavi, you know, hoisted by his own petard here, as he's cleared the jungle too fast. He can't actually go for the re-clear yet because they all went down too quickly for him. And he's just been hanging around in this bottom side as Hacker back on the top side of the map, beginning his second clear.
Ivern jungling is so, like, funky just because you don't actually tend to build a lot of basic components going in. It's usually just back, wait until you have enough money for boots, and then you're in the waiting zone. You're kind of picking up whatever items you can here and there. You are going to be going for the enchanter build. I don't know how much of like solo lane Ivern you've played on the past couple patches, but I played a few games. And, okay, that champion is dumb. This champion is just not okay. There's no reason to give Daisy all of those on-hit procs. And Kanavi just dealing so much damage. Gets the burst seed there. Like, ugh. I love this champion so much.
Like in the 1v1 and the 2v2 in the bottom side as well. LWX in so much trouble and taking down the feathers. Find him. And I don't think Chocho is long for the world either. Flash available, but Ruler's blocking his entrance. The headbutt denied, but it does not matter. Double kill. It's traded for a kill for Chocho, but I mean, 2 kills on Ruler versus 1 on Herald. I think you'll take that as JDG.
I love seeing the player cam there. Ruler just like kind of doing a little bit of a chuckle, noticing like, I'm playing this great. Like we're doing totally fine. The fact that Missing goes down there is a bit of a prize over to FPX as they're able to go 2 for 1, but they'll take that. Ruler gets 2 kills. He gets alone time with this turret. Probably won't be able to get the wave or be able to get the plate. We get to see exactly how they started. Oh no, Missing. LWX, he tanked the turret. Great job from Missing.
Missing is playing out of his mind today. Love seeing the Alistair in the LPL. We've got so many incredible Alistair players, and Missing showing that he's very much in that list. As a root in the jungle, Chocho found as Missing doesn't overcommit to the play. Care trying to move in. Tip is available, but the shielding is so good. Missing now, knocked up, trying to buy time for his team as knocked back is Hacker, and actually saved. Missing goes down, and it's beef for dinner for FPX.
What a small bit of interaction there. Obviously, with the lance coming out from this Rel, it does break all the shields. It does crush all of them. So Missing kind of playing around the fact that, oh, I have like about 150 or so extra HP thanks to the shield. Boom, it's gone. And they find all that damage. Glacial Augment is not available. There's no ultimate, so Missing some damage resistance there. Good job from the side of FPX to punish. They even grab the dragon off of that and bring the gold back to parity.
So what you're saying is Serpent's Fang Kaiser from LWX incoming. Is that the angle we're going with?
That sounds really awful. I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah, fair enough. I just thought I'd throw it out there. Just in case he does build it, now I'll look like a genius.
No, yeah, exactly. You've set yourself up. It's a win-win for you. Like either, you know, we got a pretty funny moment talking about Serpent's Fang, or he builds it and I look like a fool. Here's the kill on Knight.
He's not having a great day, is he? He goes down again. Flash and Spirit Rush were both available, but the CC Shade from Hacker and Care finding a kill. And so far, so good for FPX. 3-2 on the scoreboard and a minor gold lead.
Coach Munchables is about to ream Knight after this. You're going to be in the locker room. You're going to be like, brother, man, what happened? Like, what? Let's talk about the laning phase. Goes down there. I've
already unbuckled my belt. I'm ready.
Okay. Okay.
Going full tape on this one.
Fair enough, fair enough. Look, when you are one of the best teams in the world, you have to be able to keep up that consistency, and it's something we saw in their interview, right? Like, being able to level up their performance. When you are at the top, it is pretty tough to actually continue to find bleeding advantages. So, for the time being, FPX will experience a small gold lead over JDG. We need to now see them actually leverage that into objectives. Xioalaohu will be able to push in this top side, and there should be the Rift Herald going over to the side of JDG. I mean, Missing's recalling now. He's going to be pretty late to this play, and even with Ruler coming as well, I think that this should just be FPX's advantage.
You say that. LWX is actually committed to that bottom side, so even with the recall being late from Ruler, he could still move over there. Missing, headed towards the play. Care having priority in the mid lane, though, should buy space for FPX. Even with Missing moving over, the Herald has been started by Hacker. Let's see if there is any contention from the side of JDG. It wouldn't surprise me to see them try and make the play anyway. Herald at 6k, 369 underneath his tower, but now looking for a flank from the top side.
We need to see that hands dip that you had prescribed for this team. Can they actually make this play a winning one? 4 for 4.
Oh, they've found the knockups onto Care. He's removed from the play. Is 369 shredding the health bars as well. It's working out for now as it's a double kill on the Croc, and he wants a bit more for dinner. Beautiful fight from JDG and 369. It's all 9s today.
I thought that the Cannon ult was going to light up JDG, but it is just a full-on, like, cracked light bulb. They're just not able to do anything.
Oh, my God.
LWX.
LWX might get a kill here. He can finish this one off, but
no,
the shield comes out in a second. Oh, my days. Daisy actually gets away with it, and Daisy will finish the job onto Chocho. Should be chased down here. The wards give Kanavi so much vision here. Daisy on the chase. Chocho trying to get away with his life, and he might... Oh, wait, Ruler's going to do it again. Ruler's going to go for a solo dive. Again, the Featherstorm out, the Feathers pull, and the Flash as well. This guy is the GOAT.
Okay, well, it looks like Hacker, he's going to not let that slide. He's going to try and get one more kill, try to go even in the trade there. Pretty good shutdown for him, but, I mean, now look at what's happened. The entire map is destabilized. LWX wasn't here to catch this wave. It'll be more gold in tonight's pocket. It'll be gold now missing here for Care as well. Fantastic stuff from JDG just across the board. They took what was an even game there for a little bit, and they took that personally. They wanted every single bit of that smoke coming out from FPX.
I mean, 369, this is why you lock in Renekton for early skirmishes like this, and Knight ends up going down, but you've got a Renekton that has an Alistair to CC everyone, and an Ivan to shield you up and buff you. Like, what can they do? He just has such a whale of a time, and then, I mean, Ruler just no cares in the world.
Oh, and he even predicts the flash. He's able to get that great reaction coming out from him. Bit of a fancy play. I don't know if he needed to do it, but he definitely felt good while doing it, right? Like, that kind of play, you go 1 for 1 and you actually miss out on a wave, but it's about, like, the message that you send to Care. You're saying you're not allowed to step up. Every wave, I'm going to contest you on. Every single minion that you think you're going to be able to hit, nope, 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 you're losing HP for it. So, good job from Ruler to instill the fear of God in FPX.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful here missing. They have vision that this is happening, so he knows that if he walks up that there's going to be a Rel Vi.
He's kind of baiting it, I think. Kanavi's here. They'll move in. Chocho going to be knocked up here. The CC chain should be able to come on through. Hacker dives in, but Kanavi missing. They'll tank all day long. Chocho down, and it's beautifully baited here. FPX, they thought they had the play, but it was all JDG the whole time. Kanavi maybe looking for more into Hacker as well as LPX finds himself alone under the tower.
Oh, Knight
flashes away from the engage. Knight gonna look for a charm, but he won't find his angle here. Is now a fight in the top side as well. It's just carnage across the map from 369 as he jumps on in and gets himself a solo kill. That's 4-0 for 369.
That's another solo kill. I would not be surprised by the end of this series if maybe he's starting to get tied for solo kills in the League of Top Laners. So all of that, he's playing with 0 resources up there, and now he is 4-0, like you're saying, already finished the Gore Drinker, should be getting really close to finishing whatever second item he wants. Now FPX, they will grab themselves, or at least attempt to contest for this dragon, but it feels like if you're not able to get this objective and you maybe lose another kill, they're torn. Like, Kai'Sa wants to go mid. LWX wants to try to farm all of this. And with the indecision of this, it will turn into a turret here for JDG. And now they can have their say over this dragon.
So I just double-checked the statistic as well, and you're absolutely right. Now tying with Bin. 4 solo kills up in the top side, both on 13 at this point. If I'm not mistaken, he got 2 in the first game, and now 1 here. So was on 10 at the start of the series. Fantastic stuff from 369, and it had to be the BLG top lane, didn't it, that he's contesting? Yes. It had to be those two going toe-to-toe in the way that only they can. JDG now starting this Drake, and it's been a very slow start to the Drake. They've, like, slowly but surely postured FPX out of it.
It's because they just brought 369 down. He's using all this topside advantage. He's like, okay, guys, I'm 4-0. I'm just going to walk in, and they actually just can't do anything versus me. This is literally illegal for them to try to go for anything. Kair's actually going to teleport, saying this turret is already a lost cause, or the dragon is anyway. So let's just try to get some meaningful damage. But that turret is almost untouched for the most part. So Xioalaohu actually wasn't able to touch it just because of what's happened in the top lane. It means that Kair will get some turret damage, but not a lot. He won't actually be able to finish this objective. So now FPX kind of looking at a loss here. 4,000 gold down. The dragon sacking is really not going to actually be a win condition for you. Where are you looking for an actual way back into this game? You're hoping that maybe LWX can have a pop-off fight, or Hacker, Care, really anybody. They're just so far behind.
I mean, it's a tough one, isn't it? And even 369 denied the gromp from Xioalaohu. Nothing for you. he says, as he takes the crop away. Letting Xioalaohu doing all the damage as Kanavi actually flashes underneath the tower. The shield keeps him safe, and the roots come through. This Ruler gets another one, and now chasing onto LPX. Ruler, you've got to be a little cautious, although, do you? You are playing Xio, and you've still got Featherstorm, so I don't think he's going to be careful. Chocho forced out of the fight, realizing quite how much damage Ruler has in the tank. 369, he wants a bit of the action as well. JDG, this is just decimation.
I like the idea behind the play, but Kanavi still has flash. Hacker, you don't. The idea is try to get some damage down so that you can feign potentially JDG not being able to actually play for this Rift Herald coming up. But now you've been over 2 kills. It's going to be another objective. Try to make this pick on the 369. That's 1.
Well, they've got him. They've certainly got him. Tibbers, oh, in fact, it wasn't even Tibbers. It was just the stun coming out from Annie. Oh, wait, no, it was Tibbers. I looked at the interface, and Tibbers is not on cooldown, but it's because Tibbers is still on the map. I just had a bit of a brain fart. But
it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, 2 ultimates used, and 369 doesn't even get to move. Even with the Merc Treads, didn't get to move throughout that play because of all the stuns coming out from the Lightning Rat and the Fire Girl? I don't know. I love the Shiv coming out from Xioalaohu as well, as if Kennen didn't have enough lightning.
I'm trying to think, because I know on our stats sheet it's like all in Mandarin, and I've had to like Google Translate a few times to see what Annie's name is. I can probably ask one of my friends. They'll definitely give me the translation, because currently my browser is not giving me the in-game. We're seeing this replay. I mean, we kind of saw this. Chocho was looking for something, and I think with how Ruler was positioning, we could have seen him with care going for the flash, trying to find that. Cleanse just comes out. We talked about it. Still had the Featherstorm, so it's going to be 2 kills. Though I guess the silver lining is after this they do get a kill on the 369, and maybe another one here.
You say that Dominus comes out to keep himself alive, and he actually goes in for this one as Night now arrives. I don't think there's enough damage there on the Nine-Tailed Fox. Maybe 369 thinking the Gore Drinker and his Q would keep him alive for a little bit longer. But goes down, and that means TP used as well, but Herald taken in the top side. I just want to quickly mention as well, Kanavi, 2 items at this point.
Oh no, he's gonna be doing so much for being able to buff up Ruler. And again, there's no champion like Ivern currently in the jungle. There's just no enchanters, something that allows you to buff up the best player, one of the best players in the league in general. And so being able to give Ruler all of these free stats, the kind of free care to say, do what you want, I'm gonna just point you in a direction and you're gonna win us a game. Hey, you'll take that any day of the week. We got Dragon spawning in about 1:20, and FPX, you don't necessarily have to contest this one or the next, but you really need to be looking at how strong are we going to be looking at our items. Like,
are they gonna just kill Hacker here? I think they actually are, and the Wolf even survives, so Kanavi can finish that one off. The Xioalaohu gets a TP in from Care, flashes forward for the stun on 369, but I have to say, a bit of a questionable flash.
I like the build. We've actually seen this Kennen build start to pop up even way before when Static Shiv got first introduced. I think it is Dundun over in LCK was kind of picking this up as maybe an answer into some of the tanks that we're starting to see. But this is definitely for a split push. Like, you're just trying to whittle away your opponents. The all-in is not as strong.
Might have to hold that thought as JDG taking in Hip Tower. They won't push for more. I wasn't sure if they were going to just try and force this one. Xioalaohu and Care stuck around in the top side a little too long, and if there's one team that will punish you for that, it's JDG.
Okay, I mean, they're just going for their recalls. They're picking up gold. FPX now, they can use this time to put down Vision to try to pick up a little bit of gold. I think this is about as strong as we're going to see FPX right now. And 369, this is the 3rd time now. We saw it in the beginning of the game. It was all 9s. Can you escape? He doesn't have flash. Dominus coming up soon.
1v4 here. If he can survive this one, it'll be impressive. Gets into the brush here, but will be taken down in the end. Knight now trying to answer. The charm is good onto Hacker. The trigger seeds coming on through for the damage, as well as Kanavi gets the kill. Charging forwards, LWX the target as he dashes back out again. This Chocho will be left to the Wolves, taken down by Knight. I guess left to the Foxes. There's now LWX slowly but surely chased down. It's Daisy pretty much killing him at this point. He falls. Xioalaohu trying to escape as this is all happening as Baron spawns onto the map as well.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel as dominant and kind of as fast-paced as game one. But this is just good old-fashioned JDG. They just completely stomp their opponents. FPX have zero recourse. Even with 369 going down, he is still so powerful. I think some of that early game that we saw from him, that 4-0 lead that he had, is definitely buying him some leeway. They finished that Baron incredibly quickly. It is 2025. So they did that in less than maybe 10 seconds, 10 to 15. Hacker, you cannot step up. Ruler is just fearless.
Oh my god, Ruler! I mean, he's 3 levels up on Hacker.
Yeah.
He's 5 levels up on Jojo. They try and contest the Raptors. He's like, get out of my jungle. This is my territory. Ruler, he just has no fear whatsoever. He's such an insanely talented player, and he knows it.
He wants to make sure that they know it as well. That you can't just turn off nameplates coming into the server. You know that it's Ruler that you're playing up against. We can see the start of this play. They use all of their spells here, at least from LWX, to try to do this. And I love how much time 369 actually buys. FPX just look off kilter, off what they actually wanted to do. Care was walking back towards mid. LWX and Jojo are finishing this wave. Like, what was the play here? What was the intention here for them? It felt like three different individuals wanted to do different plays, and JDG just split them apart, continue to amass their gold lead, and they're just going to take this as a 2-0. Like, this game feels pretty chalked, and I'm sure that even the gold lead is going to lie 6,000, almost 7,000, but you look at the level advantage, like you were saying for Ruler, it's going to accentuate way more than that.
Yeah, plus an entire tier 3 item lead for Ruler. Like, he's got a reasonable lead. He's doing pretty well for himself down in the bottom side. And we'll see how this one's going to pan out for FPX. They do still have some late game power, like Kennen ult across the team, LWX flying into the backside to try and find the 1v1. I just wonder whether or not he'll be able to actually find a 1v1, because it's just like you said with the Vial earlier. Kind of same applies for LWX, where can you find Ruler? Probably not, because of the Featherstorm. Can you find Knight? Probably not, because of the Spirit Rush. And no one else is really a very good target. Kanavi tough to kill because of all of his shields. Daisy missing, looking for an engage onto Jojo here. Oh, the Charm lands, the Everfrost is in as well. Hacker coming into enemy lines here, but Care's already gone. LWX got onto the back line and just got shredded by it. Hacker falls. And JDG not meaning to stop anytime soon. The Spirit Rush from Knight as he looks for Xioalaohu as well. Flashing forward, Xioalaohu trying to dodge, but the charm just never even comes out. Nothing to dodge. He CCs himself with his own movement. And now JDG break open the base.
I love how they just completely skip the inhibitor turret. They're like, step 1, kill one of these members. Step 2, chase them into their base. Step 3, whatever. Step 4, take a Nexus at this point. It's going to be 23.5 minutes. And JDG, they're going to be the expected favorites. They're going to move on to 11-1 here in the LPL. And FPX, do you anything on this repeat? Like,
the answer is no. The answer is no. Jojo's going to go down here. Ruler's still untouched as he just decimates LWX and Care as well. Why not? Give him a triple kill. We'll just get some bonus frags on as we finish it out. 22-9. Absolute decimation. Like you say, 20-minute Baron that they finished off in like 10-15 seconds. Like, the Ivern as well. Not just a pick that Kanavi's playing for funsies, you know. This isn't just for giggles. Like, that Ivern looked actually insane. It looked so scary.
I felt like there was some